Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session, Creating Calm in Your Home, with the Parent Porch Summit, where our goal is to take you, your parenting, your household from chaos to calm. And this session is really focused on that. So you are in the right place. I'm joined by Brittany Willis. She is calm.mommy on Instagram. Make sure that you go follow. We're going to have a great conversation about ways that you can calm in your home. So I'm going to pass it to you to introduce yourself, and then we can jump right into.
Hey, my name is Brittany Willis. I am a maternal health coach and herbalist. And essentially, what I do is help moms stay calm in every season of motherhood. So, whether you find yourself as a new mom, a toddler mom, a preteen, or a teen mom, even if you are a seasoned mom of adult children, we all need calm in every season. So, I am your liaison. I have all of the tools and all of the tips that can help you on your journey to find that calm in the chaos.
Love it. Thank you so much. This is like literally perfect for you. So I'm really excited about this conversation because this is why people are here. So your tagline is amazing. And I always, oddly enough, because I've been following you for a while, when I like start to get frustrated, I hear like, when mommy is calm, the whole house is calm. And so I'm like, okay. And so when mommy is calm, the whole house is calm is such a powerful statement, as you
Yeah.
as you can see, at least for me. Can
Yeah.
you share how you personally discovered the connection between, a mother's well-being and the overall energy of the home?
So this came at probably the worst time of my life, when I wasn't calm, when there wasn't calm in my home, there wasn't calm in my mind. I was recently diagnosed with postpartum depression and anxiety at the time. This was back in 2021. And I was scared. There was no help. And the doctors wanted to just give me a whole lot of medicines.
Mm.
And I never forget, I was sitting there with my newborn. She was maybe about 3 to 4 months old at the time. During COVID, so much going on. Even in that, I didn't have the care and the support that I wanted and that I've had with my other two children, who are 16 and 11 now. But COVID just created a whole different dynamic, so I felt alone. And I remember sitting there with my daughter, and God just said, when mommy is calm, the whole house is calm. And I kind of just relaxed. And then from there, it's like, okay, Brittany, what can you do to create calm in your home? What can you do to create calm in your mind? And I started journaling. I started creating tea blends. And that's where kind of Calm Mommy even came from in itself. But it was just God showing me that you cannot be calm. Your house cannot be calm if you're not in the right state of mind. There's no way for me as a mother, as a caregiver, as a cook, chef, chauffeur, nurse, all the titles that we wear as moms, all the
Yes.
hats that we wear as moms, to be that mom, to show up for my children, to show up for my household. And even at the time being married, I could not show up if I wasn't feeling the best. I can't give them 100% if I'm not giving myself 100%.
Yes.
And that's where that came from. So it's like when I'm good, whether I'm calm, whether I'm feeling well, whether I'm feeling strong. Like when mommy is strong, the whole house is strong. When mommy is well, the whole house is well. So it can go through so many different spaces, as it relates to our journey as mothers. But when mommy is calm, the whole house is calm. That resonates with me so heavy because it was at a time in my life that there was no calm. I didn't know that I would even see calm again. But I'm glad now that I'm able to see that. I'm able to move and, you know, find
Yeah.
my space, find calm in the chaos on my journey of motherhood. And that part has been great. And I want that to resonate with other moms so that they can see themselves as well.
I love that. I love that, first of all, that it came from a time where you were like, I can't even imagine calm. All I know is chaos. I can't even imagine calm. And then this message comes to you that is now
Yeah.
resonating with so many other people. And it's true. There have been times where, like, I have two toddlers, 2 and 3 years
Mm-hmm.
old. It gets chaotic. especially when
Yep.
you're loud and running around and whatever. And I might already be tired. They don't understand that, like, I've worked all day and I've been recording, or, whatever. I may not feel well. I may have pain in my body. They don't know any of that, right? If I yell at them, they're going to yell back, like, right? They're going to match the energy back, or the energy can be felt. And I think little people they know that really well, so they
Yeah.
react to that energy. And when I take a deep breath and I'm calmly moving through, even if I'm stressed, right,
Mm-hmm.
I feel less stressed when I'm able to calmly, like, address a situation, or even take a deep breath before I address a situation or
Yeah.
meet their need. It changes what I get back, and so you're talking about that and how it impacts the whole household. And I think it's so important. And I think a lot of parents struggle with this, like, stress and this overwhelm that I'm talking about,
Yes.
especially because everything's so fast paced, particularly in the United States, like, right where we live.
Yeah.
Everything is moving so fast. There's so much
So
information, so much to keep up with. The rising costs of things, the pollution, the travel, the weather has
every
been weird, right? Changes in
yes.
schools and politics and all that kind of stuff. And so, how can herbalism support moms in creating a sense of calm within themselves first?
So, as an herbalist, as someone that has studied alternative medicine for almost a decade now, it has become a huge part of my life. And studying the different herbs, studying different plants that God created to help us in those moments where either we're calm, we're stressed, whether we're sick, we're not, feeling the best. There are some key things that I absolutely love as far as like herbalism and herbs are concerned. So for me, my absolute favorite is going to be lemon balm, hands down. It's one of those herbs that is not only calming, but it's beneficial to your body health wise. So, of course, when we're stressed, when we're overwhelmed, when we're worked up, our blood pressure rises.
Mhm.
And when we have cortisol in our bodies, which is a stress hormone, when we have that in our bodies for a long period of time, that starts to create issues within our heart, within our brain, which can, lead to stroke, which can lead to heart attack, heart issues, and things of that nature. But the benefit of lemon balm is it helps to naturally reduce blood pressure while calming you at the same time. So it's like that is going to be my absolute favorite. Like, and that's also in my original tea blend, the Calm Mommy tea blend. Lemon balm is the base herb because it's so beneficial, like I said, not only just for calming, but also for just the health aspect of helping to regulate blood pressure, helping to bring that blood pressure down when cortisol is coursing through our veins and we need it to, be decreased, especially when those levels are elevated. And that's one I absolutely love. I'm allergic to chamomile,
Okay.
surprisingly, but chamomile is a really great one as well. It's very calming. Even the aroma, just the
Yeah.
aromatic effects of it can
Yeah.
be very well received for our bodies, for our mind, and help to calm us and kind of help to stabilize us and regulate us. Lavender is going to be another good one. And lavender and chamomile, of course, with the lemon balm, they're all in the Kamami tea blend as well. But there are some that are not widely spoken about, like skullcap. Not sure if you've ever heard of
Love skull
skullcap.
cap.
I'm a
Yeah.
skullcap. When I say lover now, I love skullcap. Now, what I absolutely love about skullcap, this is for my moms or dads that may be experiencing anxiety and they're not sure how to mitigate that anxiety, or somebody that may be experiencing like depression or PTSD. That is a really powerful herb for those individuals that may be experiencing that. I was diagnosed with PTSD almost 2 years ago now. 2 years ago now, and it was devastating because I was wondering, like, how do you get PTSD from a relationship? But it's real. You can absolutely get PTSD from relationships. But then also where I'm studying and the things that I'm learning on my journey, it's like, okay, I have the tools to help me in this space. I don't have to medicate myself unless it's so severe, which I'm not against Western medicine, even though, like I said, I'm studying alternative medicine and even been practicing alternative medicine. I don't shy away from Western approaches if it's necessary, right?
Yeah.
But then if we have natural, things that natural remedies, natural alternatives that can benefit our bodies as well without causing, certain side effects, as long as you're not allergic or you have any issues with it, yeah, I'm gonna choose that first every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Another good one, passion flower.
Ooh, okay.
Passion flower. If you're somebody that may be, a little on the anxious side, you need a little calming, passion flower. It's going
Love.
to work every time, along with linden as well. And
Okay.
passion flower you can use as a tincture or a tea, and you can do linden as well. Linden is very calming. It's great for sleep as well. But I absolutely love all the ones that I just named are my absolute faves.
I
So
love
yeah,
those. And I love that you also talked about like Western medicine, like when you need it, right? Like you're an advocate of that, but you're also studying and you're an advocate, a big advocate, right, of herbalism.
yeah,
I also love that you mentioned I'm allergic to chamomile, and I'm studying herbalism, but also like used herbs when I made skincare products, and I will always ask people about their allergies
yeah,
because I think it's irresponsible to be on the internet and telling people to just go grab an herb when they need to talk to an actual like licensed certified like herbalist, because dosing matters, because you don't realize what else might be mixed in the herbal
yeah,
blend and you're allergic to it. So
yeah,
imagine being like allergic to a certain type of grass or a certain plant, but you put it in a tea and now you're super sick.
yeah,
Like you don't want to do that, just like playing around with this on your own. So I'm just really glad that you mentioned that, and I wanted to give that
yeah.
disclaimer. If you need support, talk to an herbalist. You got one right
Yes.
here. You got her contact information for that. But I love all the herbs that you mentioned, and I just learned about some new ones. What do you think about things like ashwagandha and
Hmm.
holy basil and
Oh,
rhodiola? What makes
those are
those
some of my
different?
faves in supplement form. So
Okay.
if you want to supplement, those are great supplements. Now, ashwagandha is hot on everybody's, list now. For
Yes.
me, it does not calm me. It does not create that space of calm, but that's what I absolutely love about being able to utilize different herbs, utilize
Yes.
different supplements. And the beauty of it is what may not work for one, it may work for another. Like
Yeah.
I'm allergic to chamomile, but I'm not allergic to passion flower. Well, since that is still in the, it still has that calming effect, I can still get it in another way. But
Yes.
if I am allergic to like this certain family of herbs, I can use something like magnesium. Magnesium is a
Yeah.
nutrient that we need anyway. So even if you're not
Yes.
a tea drinker, even if you're not a, I'm trying to think of what they call us now. But if you're not a, someone that loves herbs, you're not like a green thumb, that type of person, like you can certainly use things like magnesium to get a calm in your mind. We also have magnesium as well with Calm Mommy and the Calm Mommy Tea Shop. So it's like we got you well rounded. Even if you're not a tea
Yes.
drinker, even if you're not someone that wants to use a tincture, that's fine. Your body needs magnesium, and magnesium helps to calm our minds and our bodies, also helping to regulate blood pressure and all of the things as well. So you get all of those same amazing benefits that you would get from a herb. But if you're sensitive to something, you don't have to go that route. There are other routes that you can take, that you can supplement, whether you do it orally or even topically. And I love the topically. I love to use like magnesium products topically because you can't overdose. What
Yeah.
it would take a long time for you to overdose. I can't say you can't overdose because you can, but it would be extremely impossible for you to overdose on a 4-ounce bottle
Yeah.
or an 8-ounce bottle. Even
Yeah.
if you just spraying throughout the day, you're going to be you want to saturate, because a lot of us, unfortunately, in the US, because our grounds are depleted, the farm grounds are depleted of magnesium, essential vitamins, essential nutrients is from the soil. We don't get it in our food like we should. So it's important that we supplement, whether we do a tea or we do supplements like magnesium, ashwagandha. And then what you said about holy basil, I love holy basil. L-theanine is another good one.
Yes. Yeah.
I love L-theanine. That's going to help your mind stay sharp. And we need sharp minds as parents.
Yes, we do.
Like it's too much going on, chaos everywhere. What am I doing? But that L-theanine will help you.
Yes.
Which, if you want to supplement with the L-theanine, which is like a antioxidant found in green teas, lemon balm has L-theanine in it.
That's great.
So you
See?
still get that aspect
Yeah.
of like that calming, that relaxing, that give me that cognitive support. Like you're getting that even in a tea blend, but then you can also, if you don't want to drink a tea, you can get it, the L-theanine as an antioxidant from Amazon or Vitamin Shop and still get the job done. Um, what else did we say? Holy basil is another one.
Yep.
Like I said, that's a really great one. Um, it's some other ones that I can't think of like right off the top of my head. But holy basil, oh, rhodiola.
Yes. Rhodiola is one I
Rhodiola is a
mentioned.
good one.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Yes,
Yes.
rhodiola is another good one. But again, I feel like because we if we take it too much, it's like if anything, if we take it too much, sometimes our bodies may not respond the way we want it to the next go round. So
Yep.
I will say just kind of if you're gonna do like supplements, supplement with something and then kind of try something similar to that. So I would say maybe try holy basil for a few weeks and then go into rhodiola and then work out a rhodiola, go back into holy basil to kind of keep your mind, in this nice little, you
Yes.
know, cycle without getting too oversaturated where your body is like,
Yeah. Now I've gotten used to that thing.
yeah, we need something
Yeah.
stronger. So, so yeah, I love, like I said, I love them. They all work well. But again, what may work for you may not work for someone else, and what may work for someone else may not work for you. So the idea of superfoods, I've kind of like detached myself away from that also because someone may be allergic to avocado like myself, and that's considered a superfood. But to
Yeah.
my body, it's a poison.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I got to look at that in relation to herbalism, in relation to supplements when I am supplementing to help me stay calm. Because when you're not feeling well, even if you do take something that you might be sensitive to, you're not going to feel calm after that. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel anxious. So yeah, that's my take on it.
I love it. And I love that you mentioned so many things. I hope that our listeners and viewers are understanding that there are so many things right
Oh
out
yeah.
there that you can try in terms of herbs or supplements that will support in creating this calm within you. And then that's going to translate into how you like act in your home. And so for parents who are new to herbal remedies, and
Mm.
this may be the first time they heard about it or they've heard about it before and kind of shied away from it, what are some simple herbs or daily practices they can start incorporating to support their emotional well-being?
Ooh, emotional well-being. That's a biggie. Um, I will say start off by journaling your thoughts. Emotional well being is big. We have to get all of these things that clutter our mind here out because then that creates overwhelm, that creates anxiety, that creates overload and overwhelm. And that's not what we want. So taking time, maybe about 5 to 15 minutes a day. And if you love journaling like me, I'm a journaling lover, okay? That's why I have my Dear Stress Mama segment where I'm writing my letters to stress mamas. I'm writing my letter to moms because I feel like it's really important. You get how you feel out. And to support that, take some time to read a good book. Also, read something that's going to fill you up. I tend to lean towards the Bible and the scriptures, and that really helps me to pull myself out of those really like funky places when I'm feeling sad, when I'm feeling overwhelmed. So I journal my thoughts out. I read something that's gonna fill me back up. And then if I tune myself into like prayer and meditation and things of that nature, that can also help with emotional well-being.
Yeah.
So like I said, just start 5 minutes a day. You have 5 minutes? We got 5 minutes. We can
Yeah.
we can structure some things so we can get 5 minutes of time for ourselves to decompress or to just start our day properly, to start our day well, to start our day, what I'm saying, like refreshed and refueled. And I feel like that is the perfect step into walking into herbalism because it's more so a mental state. It's your mental state.
Yes.
It's more
Yeah.
so a mental state.
I
So if we
like
can
that.
get the right, it is. So if we can declutter it just a little bit but then continue that on the day-to-day basis, you're going to feel a lot better a month from now. Try journaling for 30 days, 31 days, depending on what month you start, or 28 days, right? You take that time out um, prioritize your time and get those thoughts out.
Yeah.
So that's
And
the first step for me. That's the
there's
first step
apps
right
for
there.
that. If you're like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it, there's a journal app on iPhone. I know
Yes,
Android
it
also has
is.
journal apps. They're super easy. Um, you can do audio journals, video journals, and like save it for yourself. All of that still works. So I don't want you to limit
Yes.
yourself. Paper and pen, statistically and like scientifically has been proven to be like the most beneficial, but
Yes.
you have to do what works for you and your family. And so I love that, like 5 minutes. I love the idea of 5 minutes starting the day. I tend to do it at night so I can get whatever's on my head right out.
Mm.
And 5 minutes very easily goes fast, but I can do that right after like I get my son and daughter to sleep, and I'll
Yeah.
journal for 5 minutes. I ask Chat GPT to give me a prompt if I can't find any, or I'll Google a series of prompts. I know that you have good
Mm.
prompts like as well. And sometimes it's just like a dump. Like it'll literally like, okay, I guess I'm journaling today. So here's all the stuff that's floating around my mind. And I don't put the pressure on myself to do it, but I love that that's a good place to start, because you
Yeah.
didn't mention any T's in that. You're like, to get there, start with journaling, start with prayer, start with reading,
Getting those
right?
things out.
Meditation, affirmations. Those are all things that will, like you said, help your mindset,
Yeah.
and help with those emotions, because now you
Yes.
have a place for the emotions to come out. You can feel them, you can process them. Keeping them in doesn't help you.
It does not. And then if we need extra support, we need that extra. Then we can go into the teas.
Yes.
Then, we have a calm mommy tea. And then we have a blue serenity. We have all of these different blends that can assist you on that journey. Then you have, like, if you want to separate them and you want to take different ones, those are available. You got supplements that can also help you. But let's start there first with the emotional well-being. And then we can work on the physical well-being. And then,
Yeah.
all of the other well-beings, the mental well-being, the physical physical, spiritual, all those different well-beings, so that way we feel whole holistically. We feel
Yes.
well holistically.
I love it. I love that. I love that. I love that. So, what are some practical ways that parents can set the tone for a more peaceful household? Like, what do they need to do, even in the chaos?
One thing that I started doing by way of my godmom is 5 minutes a day, step away.
Hmm.
If I'm feeling too, if I'm feeling too triggered or overstimulated, 5 minutes a day, step away. And that's not always easy because we're always trying to do things. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
nope, my to-do list is this. And if I stop, I'm not gonna, get that progress that I want for the day.
Yeah.
5 minutes a day, step away. And it's like that has really helped me on my journey. Is it easy all the time? No. I'm a mother of a teenager, preteen, and a 4-year-old. And
Mm-hmm.
I homeschool and run a business. That's not easy. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, Brittany, what are you doing? Like, girl, this is insane. But it's like, let me take this time away from everything that's going on. 5 minutes a day, step away. So if I don't say anything else, 5 minutes a day, step away. I don't care what you do in those 5 minutes. I don't care if you journal. I don't care if you go listen to your favorite song. I don't care if you get a cup of tea, a cup of water, if you make yourself some coffee. Anything that you can do to create that calm back into your mind, back into your space. So that way you're like, okay, all right, I can do this. Let me go back and attack this day because my babies need me. My husband, my significant other, they need me. Let me get out here and do, what I can do. But if I feel overwhelmed, if I feel like this is too much, if I feel overstimulated, if I feel triggered, step away. Because you're not going to give the best you to those people. They're going to see a not so nice mama,
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm learning is I don't want to hurt my babies in the process of me trying to deregulate my emotions or
Yeah.
regulate my emotions. I don't want them to be hurt in the process. Is that always easy? No, because I'm not perfect. But there are things that I can do to learn, right? Because
Yes.
this all this journey is about. I'm learning them, they're learning me, and they're changing. I'm changing. I'm not the same mom I was when I started off as, a mom at 19. I'm 35 now. I'm a whole different mom. And I want to make sure that I'm creating that calm in the house because if my kids see me go take a step away, that lets them know when they're overwhelmed, let me go and take a step away. And what I used to do when my kids were younger, um, they would go, it was like whenever I felt overwhelmed, I don't want to make this so like, like religious, but this is just me. This is what I do, and this is what helps. So if you find, things that help, in your journey, perfect, because that's what we want. But I absolutely take time out and I will pray. If I feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, triggered to the max, like where I'm about to start crying because I'm very emotionally led sometimes if I just start crying. But I realized that taking that time and just, prayer. I watched my children do that when they were overwhelmed with things, when they were, triggered by things. They would do it, and they were like 2 and 3 years old, 4 years old. They
Wow.
would go and go and pray, and I'm just like, where is Zach? Where is he? And my oldest son would be like, he's in the closet praying. At
Yeah.
that time, he's like 2 or 3, and I'm thinking to myself, and it's like, but that was what I created in my home. That when we're overwhelmed, when we're overstimulated, this is what we're doing. We're taking space away from everybody. I try not to do like a timeout because they know when they're doing too much. Like you go and
Yeah.
you take your time, and you come back and you join us when you're ready. And that's it. You go declutter your mind, whatever you need to do, pray, whatever you need to do to come back to this calm state. But I feel like I created that space so that it's not so weird now. So it's like when they have
Yeah.
issues, it's like, okay, we're back to calm. We press the reset button. We're good. Like, let's get it
Yeah.
together. Let's keep going. And I feel like that's the best thing that we can do because we teach our children more from what we do than what we say.
Absolutely.
And when we show them things, they remember them for their entire life. They remember it throughout their life, throughout their
Right.
lifetime. They're gonna remember these things. They're gonna remember, the moments that I did break down and cry, and they saw me cry because it's not always easy as an adult. But then how I was able to regulate my emotions, whether I prayed out loud, whether I said a scripture out loud, whether I went and I wrote something down, or I just sat still for a moment, listen to my favorite song, like, because I love chill hop music. Oh, I love
Me
chill hop
too.
so bad. I will turn on some chill hop, okay?
Yeah. And everybody's about to chill. You
Right.
can't help it. You can't help it. Like something there, the frequencies and stuff in it are like
Yes.
literally created to work with your brain to be calming. And so I love that. And I
Yes.
love how many different things you said within that are practical and that you served as a model for your children.
Mm-hmm.
Because our kids really do, like when I stretch, because I have to stretch my back, I have like horrible back pains. And then my kids want to stretch as soon as I get done. Like I used to
Yeah.
try to hide doing my at-home physical therapy exercises or my stretching from them. And I was like, why? Like sometimes the easiest time for me to do it is right when we get from home, they're playing, they're having a snack. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch. So
Mm-hmm.
they watch me. Sometimes I think it's funny, like right when I'm like doing crunches or a bridge or whatever. But then afterwards, they want to squat. They want to
Yeah.
do dog. They want to put their legs out and stretch. They want to stretch their arms up. Um, I may make up a song. Now they want to make up songs or they remember the song I made up.
Exactly.
Now they're trying to sing it back to me and we're laughing because I'm like, I was really ridiculous when I made that song up. Right. But like you learned something from it. So let's go with it. It helps them to like create this balance. And you even modeled emotional regulation. Like we don't want our kids to think you can't ever cry or be upset. Like that those are like real emotions. There are times
Those
where that
are.
happens. But you also talked about like boredom within that. Like just go sit down. Or you saying you need a break. Right?
Yes. Take a break.
Go to your place and calm yourself down and then you come back. They already know what that means. They
Yep.
already know what it means. Instead of like time out and me being,
Yep.
like maybe over the top aggressive in that moment, which is a natural feeling. I'm not telling
Yeah.
anybody out here. We have felt that, right? But I
Yes.
love that it's like, in that I'm taking a break and I'm like, you need something. Let me tell you what you need. In that moment, I've been able to be calm too, because when you go and calm yourself, I get to go
I
get
get
find
to calm
calm
myself.
myself. And
That's right.
then we come together and probably talk about it and find some resolve. Now that the child has a better idea of like, maybe they have a better idea of what was going on and what they were feeling, right? And they can come back and talk to you about it. And then you can talk to them and help them create a solution depending on their age, right? And so I just love,
Yes.
and those are going to be things they take with them. We
Yes.
learn so many interesting things that now at 40 years old that I'm like, ooh, I sound like my grandma. But it was because like that's what I saw. Like, there were these things that I saw happened that as a child I thought like, that is insane. This lady
Yeah.
crazy. What is she doing? Like, why are we doing it that way? Wouldn't she rather play or do whatever, right? And she was showing how you organize. Like, I have a calendar
Yes.
in my kitchen, and I thought it was crazy that there was a calendar
Mm.
in the kitchen and she wrote everything on it. And look at me, calendar in the kitchen, everything is written on it.
Yes.
But no, I guarantee you, we're never going to be triple booked. It right
Exactly.
unless it happens that way once we get into multiple activities and stuff. But now everybody in the household can see what's going on, whether you
That's right.
understand what it means or not. Of like, hey, these are the days that like Dom has to go like do her back stuff. These are the days where we've got ABA therapy and speech therapy, and
Yep.
these are the days where like I'm gonna do I'm adding laundry on there. This is my laundry day, so stay away from the washer and dryer. This is your laundry day. Have at it, right? But I love that because those are everything that you share were just these like really simple, practical things. I didn't know what you were gonna say, but part of me was expecting like, yeah, okay, so here's how you go and create a peaceful home. You all these steps, and it was very, it is things that they can go do today.
And I feel
They don't have to
like,
buy anything, right? You just go
right.
do it today.
And I feel like that's what makes like the world that we're in kind of weird sometimes. It's like we get thrown these things. It's like, no, you need this 10-step program. You need this 10-step situation. And sometimes it's not that.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just, what can I do right now that can help me stay calm? The simplest thing I can do. The simplest thing I can do right now, which I'm probably going to do after here, is just take some time to breathe.
yeah.
That's it. The kids are calm, the kids are good. I know my children are well, so I can afford to take that time and that space away. I'm like, okay, all right, everybody's good. All right, mommy is going to have some time to, you know,
And the reality
relax.
is, you can always take 20 seconds to breathe.
Right,
They're
right.
throwing stuff around, they're yelling some food on the floor, and now they're looking at you like, what are you going to do? You
Mm-hmm.
can take 20 seconds to breathe. It's probably not going to get any more chaotic than it already is, right? Uh,
Right.
but I love that you can take 20 seconds, not did I say 20 minutes, 20 seconds. You can take 20
Right.
seconds to breathe. You can lock yourself in the closet or the bathroom, which is my favorite place to hide. They know how to open the door now. But that's my favorite place to like go 30 seconds, breathe.
Yes.
Or grabbing the water and you got to drink it slower. And after you tend to drink something,
Yeah.
you do take a breath, right? And those are
Yeah.
so simple. Like everything you shared is so
Every
simple.
little thing.
It's about practicing it. It's about making it a part of your routine, I think.
Yes.
Because you're nothing becomes a habit until you make it a routine, right? And your
Yes.
kids don't model your behavior that they saw you do one time. It's
It's
like
what they've
she's doing this
seen you.
every time.
Yep. Yep. And then it'll become simple. I feel like, but you said, I feel like we need simplicity when we're overwhelmed. Like we don't need 1,000 steps when we're overwhelmed, when we're stressed, when we have chaos in our home. We need simplicity. Simplicity is what's going to keep us simple. I'll say this: simplicity is sustainable.
Yes.
That's how I can continue to show up for myself. If it's simple enough for me to keep up for myself every day or every other day, however, I need to show up for myself,
Yeah,
how I can show up for myself. There is sustainability and simplicity in motherhood.
for
I
sure.
like that. I'm gonna write that down.
Write that down.
Like
I
that.
love
That's a
it.
real thing. That is
Yeah.
a real thing.
Well, I know as you're writing down that, and everybody else actually write it down too. Like,
Yes.
this is simplicity is sustainable because it is.
Yeah.
Um, Last thing I want to talk to you about is you being an advocate for maternal health.
Oh, yeah.
And what shifts do you think are necessary in how we support moms, both in our like personal circles and just in society? Like, how can we be better towards moms, especially considering this focus on like creating calm, like in your home? What do people around moms need to know to support that?
I think they need to know that we're people. We're human, and us being human does not make us as moms does not make us like superhuman. We're not like super women, so we will break down. We will have those times where we're like emotional, we're overwhelmed. um we need people to understand that in every aspect. Like, I am a human woman that has all of these emotions. I am sad sometimes. I'm happy sometimes. Sometimes I'm a little angry. You know, I got my hormones raging at certain times of the month. Like, there's so much. Like, and I still have to carry this household on my back. I'm not saying that fathers don't, help in the home and things of that nature, but a lot of the responsibility sometimes will fall on the mother because she is the homemaker. She is the one that's, creating this space for, like you said, keeping the calendar, keeping our home organized, creating the dinners, creating the menus, creating all of these different
Yeah.
things. And it's like support is needed. So realizing that we're human and then also having support me in the areas that I may not. I won't say this because sometimes it's hard to know what you need help with when you're overloaded, when you're overwhelmed. And that was a problem I used to have. So I'll say this. If it's something that it's out of your wheelhouse, it's something that you just can't do at all, give that over to someone else. Let somebody else know, hey, I need support in this space.
Yeah.
I need you to step up in this space, whether it's a friend. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter who it is. I just need support in this space. I need support. I need
Yeah.
your help. So, realize that I'm not superhuman. I am very much a human. I might have some superpowers in, certain areas and sometimes in spaces, but I am human. I need support, you know, and also just, support me in me supporting myself. Allow me space to pour back into myself. So
Yeah.
even if that is you watching the kiddos for a moment, or you taking the kids for a day or a few hours, let me have some time to just have self-care time.
Yeah. And to be a
That,
human.
right, to be human. That's right. Let me enjoy. Let me indulge a little bit. Maybe I want to watch my favorite show
Yeah.
or read my favorite book. I love reading.
Yeah.
Maybe I
I
want to read my favorite book.
I just love that everything that you shared was so simple. Like it, even when it comes to like, here's what you need to know about moms. Like it is, we truly get the superwoman persona put on us. And there are things that we do really well. You might think that like I'm a great mom, and I think I'm a damn great mom, right? Like I know. And
Right.
in that I am still a whole human being who
Oh,
needs some
human.
support. And so I would even say like support how you can support, right? So like maybe you can't give me any money, but some people can. I would love for you to buy me lunch, right? Buy me a
Right.
tea. Like, hey, I saw this
Right.
lady online who's an herbalist. She's talking about some tea. I think you should get with her. Here's a gift card. You know?
Period.
Hey, I saw this parenting summit or this live stream. I thought of you. It may help. And it might, you all. Like it really might. I would say I'm just adding on to what you said. Also, no judgment. We get a
That
lot of
part.
judgment as moms. I think much more judgment than dads. Lots of judgment, lots of ideas about how we can be or how we should be.
Yes.
No one is us, and no one is us parenting these children.
That's
There's a
right.
study. There's a study I just saw that said that kids are like 8,000 times more misbehaved around mom than they are with anyone else. And I said
Yes.
8,000. It was like yes, but it's true because, and you think about why. Well, because I get nurtured, because that's where I feel safe, because I came out of her body.
And
Even
that's where
then,
I feel comfort. That's where my
that's where I feel
comfort. That's my
comfort. That's
comfort
my
space.
home. Just like kids are very different at home than they are at the grandparents' house or the
Yes.
auntie's house or at school. Your pets are the same way, by the way. I'm not comparing kids.
I'm here. Okay.
Okay. We'll edit that out. But if you have a pet who's at home, you probably notice if they cause chaos at home and then you take them to the pet daycare, folks are like, they were amazing. They were so
Yep.
sweet. And you're like, my dog, my cat, who was right? Like, same thing. And so when you think about creating this calm home, um, you may see kids feel more free, right? I feel more free to be me here.
Yes.
Now all of a
Yes.
sudden they're more creative. Maybe they're getting better grades. Maybe they're getting better sleep. All of a sudden they want to be more helpful around the house. You might start getting more cute gifts like, Mom, I made you this. Sometimes it might be a leaf that they found on the way from home. Um, you know how kids get. Mom,
Yep.
I found you a bug outside. And you're like, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks. Let's go take them back outside, right? But they'll get creative because of that calm. So just remember that, like kids, kind of act a little bit more crazy. And so if you feel like your home is chaotic, there's that probably means like you're creating
That you've
some
created a
safe
calm
space for
space, a safe
you.
space.
Yeah.
I
And
like
so
that.
so you can create a safe and calm space. And I think that you told us exactly how to do that here. Where can everybody find you online? How can they get your herbs? How can they get your ebook? How can they get everything that you have?
Okay, so you can find me on IG at calm.mommy, CalMMommy. And you can also find me at calmmommy.shop online. And you can, go into the tea shop and see all the amazing goodies we have. I actually just released my ebook. It's called Every Mom Needs Calm. That's literally the name.
Love it.
That's the book. It is titled "Every Mom Needs Calm." It's like a how-to guide for the overwhelmed and stressed mama, and it's just literally 5 tips that I give to living a less stressed life. Because I'm trying to tell you, and it's really easy. It's really simple, and I put like practical, kind of like what I shared today, like practical, simple things that we can do within those 5 tips. So that is available now on calmmommy.shop. Of course, all of the tea blends, magnesium supplements, if you're not a tea drinker as well. And um, you can find me on TikTok as Calm Mommy as well. I'm trying to think of all the places. I'm on YouTube as I am Brittany Michelle, and that's all one word. That is my, I guess, my tag, my follower. I don't even know what to
Yeah.
call it anymore. Things are just changing so much on social media. It's ridiculous. But
Yes.
that's my YouTube name, but it's also my Instagram name as well. I am Brittany Michelle. If you want to follow my personal page, because I share more of the Dear Stressed Mama, like me writing the letters to the moms on that page, because I am creating a digital journal. So it's like a monthly digital journal. It's an interactive digital journal that moms get to go on this 31-day journey every month if you want to take some time off. But I'll be sharing that really soon, and I'm super excited about that because I absolutely love journaling. But this will help us to regulate our emotional wellness, emotional well-being, help to regulate our mind and mental health as
Yeah.
well. So I'm extremely excited for that. I think that's the biggest thing outside of the ebook is this interactive digital journal for moms.
I love that. That sounds super exciting. I'm already following you, so I will be paying
Yes.
a lot of attention to that. Thank you so much for joining us here to talk about just creating calm in your home. Thank you for keeping it simple and practical and easy. You all let us know in the comments what you have tried. And come back and tell us later, right after you've tried it for a while. And we would love to hear how things are working for you. Of course, the teas, the ebook, and also as you go on the journey with the interactive digital journal with her as well, just how that's supporting you in creating a more calming home. So thank you for joining this session. We will see you in the next one. Thank you for joining us, Brittany.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed that session. Make sure that you stay in touch with us for more content on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. It is Parent Porch, ParentPorch. Also follow me on all platforms at Uncaped Mama, UNCAPEDMAMA. Continue to stay connected with us by email. Make sure you check your email for some goodies as well, and to stay up to date on all of our events and happenings and to be ready for your next session. See you in the next one.